Do we finally have an answer to the Cavill question? Hey guys, before you get started, make sure you click that subscribe button, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. So I don't know whether to call this a scoop or a rumor, but it is something that I felt like everybody would want to hear. Now, whenever we can, we like to reveal the source of information to try to keep things as transparent and legitimate as possible. So this scoop comes from Daniel RPK from over on his Patreon account, which I've linked below. Also, this post may contain a little bit of a spoiler for the upcoming Shazam movie. So if you don't know any details and you don't want to know any details, now's the time to click away. So as many people know, there was a long rumored cameo of Superman in the upcoming Shazam movie. And after a couple of test screening, it turns out there is, but not what fans expected. The scene does take place, but at no point in the scene do we actually see Superman's face. That's because Henry Cavill never filmed the scene. So as we dig into the scoop, we find out that Cavill actually had one more appearance in his contract, and WB really wanted him to do the cameo in Shazam. Apparently, Cavill and his team agreed to this, but what his team really wanted was to renew the contract into a bigger one. Apparently, his manager asked for too much money and the talk stopped on both sides, and they haven't spoken with each other since. And hence, Cavill did not end up shooting the cameo. Additionally, the studio has since decided to shift focus to Supergirl. Here's the big thing for a lot of DC fans, that's probably a pretty big deal. This doesn't mean that Cavill is out for good, and talks between him and the studio can start again at some point, but not really for the foreseeable future. So what's this mean? Well, this basically means that Cavill is in sort of contractual limbo, kind of like the Phantom Zone. He's not out, and he's still attached to be Superman. So his little tease video that came shortly after the announcement of his departure now makes a little more sense. Now the shift to focus on Supergirl does seem to indicate that the WB doesn't have any intent of doing a Superman movie anytime in the near future. But it doesn't mean he won't appear. They could very well come to some sort of agreement during the production of this movie, which would line up a nice cameo for that film. Although the rumors are that the first draft of the Supergirl movie is mostly set in space, taking place on Earth in the 1970s with Brainiac as the villain. But like with anything, scripts can be rewritten. So what do you guys think? Does this make you happy? This really means Cavill is not out, he's just not in. I suppose until we get an official announcement that he has actually been terminated from WB, which I can't imagine happening, or a new Superman is cast, I guess we're going to have to continue to call him the current cinematic Superman. Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like below, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. See you next time.